Khamzat Chimaev, of course, initially supposed to take on Paulo Costa, now takes on Kamaru Usman. Usman moving up to the 185-pound division. He's a plus 240 betting underdog. Khamzat Chimaev minus 300. Over on DraftKings, Chimaev is 8,900. Usman is 7,300. Of course, yesterday, Pete, the Twitter world or the X world was all kind of whether Usman maybe got injured during the open workout. Yep. Justin Gaethje saying no. And I'll say this, Pete, we all know your love for Chimaev. And to me, in the fight game, someone like Chimaev, it's about taking the right fights at the right time. And that's why I look at this fight. I just think, look, Kamaru Usman, I mean, he hasn't fought a 3-round fight in years. But he's also, I mean, look, I don't want anybody in the Usman camp to take this the wrong way. He's on the back 9 of his career. He's 36 years old, moving up in weight. So to me, that's why I look at Khamzat like this is the perfect fight at the right time.
Yeah, this game's about timing. And I think that Khamzat Chimaev couldn't have timed it better. I mean, a couple years ago, the guy who fought Gilbert Burns, does he beat Kamaru Usman? I don't know. I don't know if I feel the same about the guy right now in 2023, the guy that had to take a hard lesson in that Gilbert Burns fight. His coach was screaming at him because he went out there and he fought with his ego and he didn't fight with his IQ or his best skill set, which is his grappling and his wrestling. He incorporated it a few times, but the danger of Gilbert Burns' submission skills is what kind of led him to keep it on the feet. And next thing you know, you stay on the feet with Gilbert Burns. He's really, really developed into a dangerous striker, has phenomenal power. Even he rocked Kamaru Usman before he got finished. I agree with you. That timing's everything. And I do think that, I'm going to be backing my boy Khamzat Chimaev here. And as far as the main event and co-main event underdogs, you're talking about, some of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. So why would you not take shots at Alexander Volkanovski priced at 7,500? Why would you not take shots at Kamaru Usman at 7,300? You don't know how Chimaev is really going to handle this massive step up in competition against one of the best pound for pound and one of the best welterweights ever. So this is at middleweight, and I like Chimaev a lot better at middleweight than I did at welterweight. But you just don't know. And again, not an ideal circumstance for Kamaru Usman to step up and face the big bad wolf and Khamzat Chimaev on short notice with basically no camp, despite being in solid shape and being, living the lifestyle, as I'm sure Alexander Volkanovski's been living the lifestyle. If you are a true martial artist and a true professional, you're training year round, you're not waiting for fight camps, but it's different when you have to be in fight shape, going up against a stylistic nightmare in both of their matchups. So Usman's phenomenal value at 7,300. In a 3-round fight, you could see Usman just bring back that ridiculous volume and pace that broke so many opponents throughout his reign and throughout his come up in the division. But I do think that Chimaev finishes Kamaru Usman. That's my hot take. I don't know if it's really that hot, but I think that Chimaev, my daughter's screaming in the background. I think Chimaev, you hear, yeah, she's having a good old time. She's probably eating lunch right now with my mom. I think Chimaev lands some dangerous strikes on the feet, and we've already seen Usman get rocked numerous times. So I think that Chimaev finishes Usman. And if he doesn't, I think the strength of Chimaev is clearly going to be on display. I'm just excited. It's a hell of a fight, but I'm picking Chimaev at 8,900. He's been an absolute DFS monster, and 124, 121, 126, 117, 100, 103. Goodness gracious. That's just ridiculous scoring for Chimaev, priced at 8,900. So I'll be backing him.
So a little bit of insight on this one. You mentioned about Gilbert Burns. When Usman got the call, he was at Kill Cliff FC with Gilbert Burns last week when he got the call for this matchup. And, as I look over at Prize Picks, this is one of those ones that I don't know. The pure gut feeling here. I think this hits the 3rd round, just a pure gut feeling on my part. But hearing you talk, to me, it says over at Prize Picks, we got 3 props on Khamzat Chimaev, significant strikes 47.5, fight time 10, fantasy score 98.5. I gotta say that you're thinking that 98.5 is the prop to go at Prize Picks and going more than that.
Yeah, I think so. He hasn't had less than that to this point, but clearly this is the toughest opponent he's had. So Will he rise to the occasion, or will the step up in competition really halter his output and halter his his success in the cage? We'll have to see. But I'm going to back my boy. I planted the flag on Chimaev years ago. Same thing with Tom Aspinall, and